wants $25 ragu sauce? Come on. Who wants a $15 carton of eggs? Oh, how about this? How about a steak that costs you $50? Everybody wants to pay higher price at grocery bills.
Bro, what are you talking about, man?
That's what these CEOs of these grocery chains want you to believe. Everybody wants to pay higher prices. These guys, Albertsons and Kroger's, are trying to merge.
Excellent.
And they believe that them telling you that they're gonna knock down prices in this merge, they believe that you actually believe that. But I'm gonna break down why this is not gonna be in your favor and the reasons why these companies aren't loyal. My name is Orlando. Welcome to the channel, guys. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. It really does help out the channel. Also, check out my newsletter. Guys, it's free. How can you be free? It will give you tremendous value. And as always, if you need any type of financing when it comes to commercial or investment properties, I've been a lender for almost 20 years and I can assist you with that. That information is in the pinned comment and in the description, guys. Let's jump right into it. This Albertsons Kroger merger that's trying to happen, it is getting blocked from the government and from individuals doing lawsuits, basically saying that if this merger happens, that grocery bills are gonna skyrocket.
We have a problem.
But Kroger's and Albertsons CEO, they have another story. Their story is, what are you talking about? We're gonna knock down prices.
I don't think you have the facilities for that, big man.
You know those things that are super high right now? Ragu sauce, steaks, eggs, milk. We're gonna drop those down when we merge because we're not in the business of making more money. That's right, we're not in the business of making more money. We're in the business of helping you, the customer. Now, we all know what that means on this channel. Let's jump right to it.
The CEOs of two major grocery store chains testified at a hearing in Portland, Oregon yesterday, defending Kroger's nearly $25 billion purchase of rival Albertsons. The Federal Trade Commission is trying to stop what would be the largest grocery chain merger in American history. Jolene Kent has more now in this morning's Money Watch. Jolene, $25 billion, that's a big grocery bill.
Now, $25 billion, that's a big merger. Why would people think that a corporation that obviously tells the truth all the time, that doesn't screw people over, why would they think that they're gonna get higher prices and they don't want this merger to happen? Why would the government believe with this merger happening that they will have a monopoly over grocery stores in areas? It's pretty obvious. That is the reason why this corporation wants to do this. This is the reason why Albertsons and Kroger want to merge together. They know if they merge together that it's gonna be more profitable. Let's just use common sense, guys. Let's just use common sense. Everyone knows that every grocery store has a tier, and that tier has different prices. If you go to a Whole Foods, you know it's more expensive than if you go to Walmart. We all know if you go to an Albertsons, the prices are more expensive than if you go to a Kroger's. We know this. Everybody knows there's a tier list when it comes to grocery stores. Let's make this crystal clear so that everybody can understand, even the people in the back. So you're telling me that a company that charges somewhere around, I don't know, 10 to 20% more in grocery bills is going to buy another company that has prices lower than that, and they're gonna drop the prices down in their own stores? What? Not like, where does that make business sense?
That just makes no fucking sense. I mean, it's just bullshit.
So make that make sense. Again, I will say it one more time. So you're telling me you charge more at Albertsons and then you're gonna bring down the prices down to Kroger price? Does that make sense? Like, where does that make business? You know what? Again, I'm just a guy on YouTube, right? I'm just using some math. It just doesn't make business sense to me.
Kroger CEO testifying yesterday that a merger with its rival Albertsons would help their stores compete with those bigger competitors like Walmart and eventually Amazon. Whether this will actually lead to better products and prices is the central question here for shoppers. And these two CEOs are vowing it will.
Oh, they vow it will. It's funny how we forget what these corporations do.
I like to make money. All right.
What could possibly make someone not trust these CEOs? I don't get it. What possibly could make someone say, you know what, I don't trust you, CEO. I think you're going to raise the prices.
Kroger executive admits to price gouging, according to reports by Bloomberg and Newsweek. It happened in a hearing for an antitrust trial. Newsweek says Andy Groff told regulators that Kroger raised the prices of milk and eggs beyond the level of inflation. The report cites an internal email from Groff showing the price of those items were higher than necessary to turn a profit given the rate of inflation. In response, Kroger tells CBS News Detroit, quote, "This cherry-picked email covers a specific period and does not reflect Kroger's decades-long business model to lower prices for customers by reducing its margins."
So you're telling me you already admitted to price gouging? Oh, no. And then he says, if we go back and look at the email he says this cherry-picked email covers a certain time and does not reflect Kroger's decade-long business model. So what he's basically said, let's read in between the lines. Listen, during that time, during the pandemic, this was prime opportunity for us to price gouge. We really don't believe in price gouging for the long term, but for this certain time, I mean, it was too good to pass up. We had to do what we had to do. The money was right on the table, and we had to take it. We had to take the money, guys. That's what he's saying. So it makes sense why people don't believe that when you guys join forces, that prices of grocery bills will drop. It won't. Let's be real. It won't happen, guys.
We're in a different era. Get over it.
So if you believe these corporations, if you believe politicians, if you believe anybody other than yourself will take care of you, that will look out for you, you're badly mistaken.
Stop it. Get some help.
And this proves again how people forget this happened before them trying to do the merger. Imagine that. The main reason nobody wants you to join forces together is the exact same reason you just admitted to. You admitted you were price gouging. So all of those times that I was telling you guys, listen, I know inflation says this, but prices are actually this. If you just go to the grocery store and look for yourself, use your own eyes, you will find out that inflation is actually higher than what it is.
No.
What? Are you telling me that was actually true?
Bruh.
Listen, guys, I'm calling it like I see it, and I hate to be the bad news messenger, but it's true. These guys were gouging you from the very beginning. I called it, I said it, but that really doesn't matter. The point is so that you can use this information to do what you need to do for you and your family. Putting you and your family first is the most important thing in this scenarios like this.
Fact.
We want to make sure that you are looking for the best prices, that you're not beholden to Walmart, that you're not beholden to Kroger's or Albertsons, that you understand that in some of these situations, you can find better deals elsewhere, and that whatever you need to do to save money, let it go to another store and not be loyal to Albertsons or Kroger's or Walmart or whoever. Do what you have to do. But let's continue.
Prices are high.
At a time when grocery prices are top of mind,
things that you used to buy, like eggs, it's just gotten really expensive.
They're also at the center of a major lawsuit filed by the Federal Trade Commission. The CEOs of Kroger and Albertsons say if combined, they could better compete with giants like Walmart, Costco, and Amazon.
For our customers, it's about offering lower prices and more choices.
But the FTC warns the merger of the two companies, which operate in 22 states, would give consumers fewer choices.
Look at that. Fewer choices? Why would they ever believe that? Let's take a look at the map. It's a lot of red there. It's a lot of red. And you see right here that they're just gonna literally, especially on the West Coast, they're just gonna take all the market share. They really are when they combine. Again, if it was too good of a situation for the CEO to pass up on price gouging when it was just their company, Kroger's just in general, then wouldn't it be too much for them to pass up when they combine? You got to remember, they're going to have all of that debt. How are they going to make these new payment debts? It's a $25 billion acquisition. Do you believe that the debt that they're going to accumulate with this purchase, they're going to need to make those payments immediately? Trust me, they will not get a break on their monthly payments just because they just started a merger. No. The bank is going to say, we need that money the first of the month. And so what is Albertsons and Kroger's going to do? Oh, I know what they're going to do. Rub their hands together like Birdman. They're going to say, who's going to notice a 50%, $1 increase, $2 increase on eggs? Who will notice that? Who will notice a $1.50 increase on milk? I mean, if we do it all over, it'll die down. Eventually, people will make videos and tell us about it. You know, it might hit media coverage, nationwide media coverage for a couple of days that people will forget. And then next thing you know, it'll be normal for people to buy $5 gallons of milk, $10 gallons of milk, ragu sauce that's $20. That'll be normal. We can set the norm. That's what they're trying to do.
Do you understand now?
I mean, let's be real. That's exactly what they want to do. But, you know, again, let's continue.
The FTC is alleging that if Kroger and Albertsons come together, it would be bad for the consumer and raise grocery prices. Is that an accurate argument?
I'm not convinced of that argument, but they're somehow able to combine their stores. Some of those cost savings through lower wholesale prices could be passed on to consumers.
Kroger CEO Rodney McMullen said in court on Wednesday, the day that we merge is the day that we will begin lowering prices, and promised a $1 billion investment to lower prices if the merger goes through.
Always lying to me. You lying so much.
Let's be real. I mean, does anybody believe that? Come on. I mean, I know he has to do whatever he has to do to get the merger. But this is the same individual that understands exactly what's going on the price gouging side. We've explained that. So the quote that he's saying is here: the day that we merge is the day that we will begin lowering prices. The key word is begin. When do you actually lower prices? We'll begin. I can start the process of anything, right? We can start the process, but the actual result of that thing being done, that task being done and ended, and everybody can see the result of it, that's another thing. And I'm telling you right now, these guys will say they're beginning to lower in prices for 5 years.
Who does that?
We just saw you do price gouging. This was when everybody was at home. So you're telling me now in a down economy, you're gonna lower prices even more?
Why the fuck you lying? Why you always lying?
Where have you seen a company say, we're gonna acquire more debt, but we're also gonna lower our prices at the same time? So we're gonna make less money. Is that even an acquisition that would get approved? Because I can tell you what now. I can tell you this now, as a lender myself. If someone said, I'm gonna buy my partner out, I'm gonna buy my partner out from real estate. And guess what? I'm gonna buy him out and I'm gonna lower the income that I'm making every month on that property. So I'm gonna drop the price down on that. Just so you guys know, I'm gonna go from charging $1,000 in rent to $500 or $800 or $700. I would scratch my head and be like, yeah, the numbers don't work out that way because you're buying something at the price based on the income it was making. And that is the same thing that Albertsons is doing and Kroger's are doing. I can almost guarantee you that package for acquisition shows what they can charge you as a customer. Not what they're telling you right here, which is we're gonna drop prices. That package says we're gonna make X amount of dollars a year, and that is increased prices, guys. I'm just letting you know. Let's continue.
Since 2019, grocery prices have skyrocketed. The cost of eggs rose from $1.20 to $2.72. Orange juice has jumped from $2.49 to $4.26, and a loaf of bread from $1.28 to just under $2. And even with larger grocery stores struggling to compete.
Now, I want you guys to take a look at that. Look at this. All of these are almost 100%. If you look at it, eggs, that's 100% increase, basically. We got orange juice. That's almost 100%. And then a loaf of bread, that's almost 50%. So we see that these prices are continuing to go up. And one of the things that I always say, and this includes, doesn't matter if you're buying from Home Depot, doesn't matter if you're buying from home services, having someone install flooring. When prices go up, it's very hard for the prices to come down, especially when it comes to, I'm talking about like food, I'm talking about services, things like that. Once the price goes up, it's very hard to get the prices down. If you think that prices are gonna go from $2.72 back down to $1.20, that's not gonna happen, guys. That's not gonna happen. Once the price is set, they're gonna continue to go up. I'm telling you, that's the way it is. That's just the name of the game.
Local food markets could be barely hanging on.
What could a merger like this do to smaller chains the mom and pop shops out there.
They will confront a bitter reality because then not only are they having less competitive power, but they also have less buying power. And that means higher prices for consumers and, frankly, perhaps fewer customers.
And another side of this that no one is ever talking about, that no one really ever talks about is, you know what happens on acquisitions. On acquisitions, they go in and they will just do layoffs. It is almost a guarantee that once someone comes in and buys and does that acquisition, they're gonna restructure everything. So if you believe that there won't be any layoffs, it's a bad deal for the employees because now they're gonna just gut the company. They're gonna say, oh, we don't need this, we don't need that. So they're gonna gut the company, do layoffs, raise prices. And I know a lot of you guys are like, Orlando, this happens all the time. Exactly. This is exactly what happens, but these guys, these CEOs are trying to tell you, oh, this won't happen. We know this happens in almost every acquisition. But guess what? When we combine forces, we're not about the dollar. We're about saving you money. We want to save you that dollar. It sounds like a politician, right? Because that's what they're doing. They know that you want to save money and people want to go to the grocery store and save money. So to get the goodwill of the people, they're going to tell you, we're going to give you that. We're going to save you money. That's the biggest point. We're going to save you money. That milk, those eggs, that bread, it's going to be cheaper, cheaper, and cheaper. But don't believe them.
It is such a competitive marketplace out there right now. The CEO of Albertsons also testified that if this deal falls through, the chain may have to consider layoffs and store closures. Now, we want to point out that Albertsons' prices are about 10 to 12% more than Kroger's. So the promise that prices will indeed go down is an ambitious one. But with 8 other states and Washington, D.C. joining this lawsuit, we may be a ways away from any resolution and this hitting your actual grocery receipt when you go and pay at the checkout, guys.
Even the news reporter is like, yeah, they're lying to you. That's basically what she's saying. The math don't make sense on the prices. How are you gonna drop? Forget that. Oh, and then also too, it may take forever for you to see the prices. And at that point, it may be the regular price. Who knows? Who knows? The math ain't mathing. It just doesn't make sense. If anyone in the comment section could really give me a comment and let me know how you think that Kroger's and Albertsons are gonna drop prices and make you save money at the checkouts. Let me know, because I'm willing to listen. I wanna have that conversation in the comment section because the math don't make sense to me. I can't figure it out, but maybe one of you guys can help me out. As always, I hope you got value out of this content, guys, but we all know you won't get your information from this one video. I need you to watch this video right here. Yes, this one right here. It gives you information on the housing market, financial news, and also get you into your first rental property. The information that I will give you in those videos, trust me, it will be gold. See you in the next one. Thanks.